China is basically positioning itself to be the next global superpower. Western civilization, we are heading to a race to the bottom as fast as possible. China is making moves all across the globe. They are buying out South America. Well, they've already bought out South America. They bought out all the Caribbean islands. They bought out all of Africa, and they're going to enslave Africa with artificial intelligence. They bought out all of Southeast Asia. They're buying all the ports out in Europe. They're buying all the ports out in Europe. They're buying schools in America. They're buying businesses in America. And they're buying land in America because America has no solution on how to pay China back with all the money that is borrowed from them. America's in $28 trillion debt. That is more debt than any empire has accumulated in the history of mankind. You cannot even pay that back. And every time you print out this, see this? Every time you print out fake fiat money notes and it's not backed by gold or silver, you're printing more debt. You're printing more debt. More paper that's getting printed by the printing press, that's more debt. And China's buying out America quick time because America's in debt with China with gold. America hasn't paid back China their gold. They haven't paid back Germany their gold that they were supposed to give Germany back in 2020. So we're looking at Western civilization crumbling right in front of our faces. We are in China right now. That's why everyone's wearing masks and staring at their mobile phone. I know this message is very uncomfortable for a lot of you. Some of you like this type of stuff. Some of you is very uncomfortable for because you just don't like the truth. But I have to put it out there anyway. We are basically over. Brexit is kicking us up the arse. The European Union is literally collapsing. That's why Cyprus collapsed a few years ago. You saw Spain collapse a few years ago. And you saw Greece collapse a few years ago. But the IMF bailed them out. The IMF was bailing them out. And now what you are seeing is China and Russia going to be the next, but they already are the next global superpower. The only reason why we ain't suffering from a recession right now, because we are in a recession right now. We are in a Great Depression right now. But the only reason why we're not suffering from a recession and a Great Depression right now is because you have an illusion of prosperity, which is this bullshit. And fiat money, I've told you fiat money and how working 9 to 5 was modern day slavery. If you go down on my archives and go and watch that video, I told you on that video, which I made like 2 years ago, fiat money, you can wipe your ass with it and throw it down the toilet. And they're not going to teach you about real intangible assets and what real money is in school, because school is public fool. It's trained to teach you how to function in the system. And if you watch how working 9 to 5 is modern day slavery, 2 years ago in my old video, I explained this to you, but I don't think people digested it in their heads. But what I'm trying to say to you is you need to start making moves, because what you got to understand is the dollar is the world's reserve currency. So the dollar is the world reserve currency. And if you think I'm lying that America's in debt, all you have to do is go and check the national debt limit on Google, bruv, and Google it, and you'll see that they're in debt. Because China's going everywhere, buying out businesses, companies. Even in the UK, bruv, China's buying out all the companies in the UK. It's buying out majority of the real estate in the West End. It's buying out all the schools, but your news media is not going to tell you this. So I might as well tell you this, and I might as well be BBC T. Call me BBC T, blood. Sky T. ITVT. I might as well change my YouTube name to that. Do you know what I mean? And all my Americans will watch me, call me Fox News, blood, because they are giving you the news media is giving you a complete blackout. And we can see they've done a very good job of dumbing down this society with mobile phones, social media, and televisions, and the televisions. And Great Britain and the United States of America control the world through neo-colonialism. Go and Google what neo-colonialism means if you don't know what it means. I'm sure a lot of you that watch me know what it means, because a lot of you are intelligent individuals that do watch me and are very aware of what's going on in the world. But yeah, England and America that rule the world through neo-colonialism are collapsing as we speak. Northern Ireland is in a mess due to Brexit. Again, China's buying out all the ports. America has no solution to how to pay off the $28 trillion debt, because you can't pay off $28 trillion debt. All they're doing is printing out more money, which equals more debt, and they're lying to the general public. A lot of us aren't really alert of what's going on. We don't even know what's even coming. Some of you don't even know what's coming out my mouth, because they're not going to educate you this, because they don't give a fuck about you. It's the rich versus the poor. It's good versus evil, like it's always been. It's light versus darkness, good versus evil. God, take away one O from good, spells God. Put one D on evil, spells devil. Rich versus poor, it's never been about black versus white. Has to some degree, but this is way bigger than that. This is about China enslaving all of humanity to artificial intelligence, bruv. And if you think I'm lying, and you think I'm a conspiracy theory, you are sleeping with your eyes open. Conspiracy theory? T's a conspiracy. You are sleeping with your eyes open. It's funny how what I say, if I say it, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but if the news says it, they're not conspiracy theories. Are we seeing that? And we are heading into a cashless society very quick. Very quick, we are heading into a cashless society. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. It's looking like Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to become the next global one world currency. Because we're going to have one world currency, we're going to have one world government, and China's already positioning itself to be the one world government, because they are literally buying out everything. They're the biggest exporters in the world. They have been for a while now, the biggest exporters in the world, with such as goods as electronics, technology, plastics, your pharmaceutical drugs, like everything that's made in your house is from China. I'm guarantee you majority of things that are made in your house are from China. So China's positioning itself, because America was once the biggest importer, but what you've got to understand is the whole world has lost faith in the dollar, because the dollar is the petrodollar. I'm not sure if I said, like, every country has to basically sell their goods and their services and their oil with the dollar, because England and America rule the world through neo-colonialism. And obviously, every time a country sells oil and services and goods, it basically pumps back into the US economy and makes the dollar much stronger. That's why when Saddam Hussein tried to sell oil in euros, they said he had weapons of mass destruction, bruv. And all I'm saying to you lot is, you lot have got to prepare yourselves, get ready. If you've got a lot of this, invest it into food. Food. Invest your money into Bitcoin. Bitcoin. XRP is going up as well. That's another good cryptocurrency to invest in. Do you know what I mean? I think I said already, Tesla's invested 1.5 into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to be the next. All of these big investors, like all of these big entrepreneurs, all these big investors are investing into crypto, and they're investing into gold and silver, because gold is an intangible asset. It's been money for 5,000 years. Your government's not going to tell you this. The banking cartel's not going to tell you this. Your politicians, professional gangsters, which I like to call them, that wear suits and ties, they ain't going to tell you this either. They're going to tell you this. They're not even going to tell you, bruv. They're going to wait till the last minute where none of you are going to even know what's going on, because a lot of you are totally uneducated. A lot of you are educated, but a lot of you are totally uneducated, because you've been lied to your whole life, and you just choose to be ignorant. You choose to bury your head in the sand. And if you keep choosing to bury your head in the sand, you've got no one to blame but yourself. When those kids start starving and their bellies are rumbling and they're hungry, don't come running back to me, bruv. Because I told you what to do. I gave you wise counseling. I gave you the information that you need to possess. But you wanted to label me crazy and label me a conspiracy theorist and say that I'm out of my mind. So you guys have got to start focusing. You got to start paying attention of what's going on in the world, because they've done a very good job of dumbing down the millennial society, but they've dumbing down the majority of this society, to be fair. That's why they pay a majority of these celebrities to make you stupid. That's why celebrities ain't telling you this, because they're paid by the rich to make you stupid, blood. And if you don't start making moves and you don't start investing in all these things that I'm telling you to invest in now, you are going to suffer. Your kids are going to suffer. You're going to suffer. Forget about the Jordans. Forget about the Creps. Forget about all the materialistic things. You've got to start making moves, bro, because this Western society, Western civilization is over. It's finished. I don't know how long we've got left. Could be the next 5 years. Could be next week. Could be tomorrow. Could be next month. Could be next year, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But if you don't make moves, it's over. Because I'm a very big student when it comes to history. I'm a student of economics. I'm a student of science. I'm a student of spirituality. I'm a student of a lot of fields. And when I look at majority of the empires, so the Greco-Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, the Babylonian Empire, the Egyptian Empire, which we now have America, which is still the biggest empire on the planet, because America is the extension of the Roman Empire. So when I look at all the empires, they all collapsed when everybody lost morality, which we're seeing right now. Everybody's lost morality because everybody's wearing a face mask and looking down at their phone. The family unit is completely divided. There's no such thing as a family unit anymore. It's completely gone. This is when all these societies that I just named all collapsed when this started happening. Alright? And remember, a family is what builds a nation. And men became emasculated because men are now emasculated. We are now looking at men walking the street that look like men, but they're not actually men. Women ain't women no more. We still got a lot of women out there that are women, and we still got a lot of men out there that are men, but for the majority of women and for the majority of men, they are not men and women no more. It's completely... I don't know what's going on in the mentality. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what they're eating. I don't know what the heck is going on, but we are like probably the dumbest society in human history, bro. We are definitely the dumbest society in human history. We've lost what it means to be a human family, because we've lost togetherness, we've lost love, we've lost unity, we've lost what it means to overthrow any domestic terrorist that comes in our way. We just have lost everything. We've lost what it means to be a human family altogether. People are very uneducated with what goes on in the world because they've been trained by the public school system, public school, public fool. They've been trained by the system, and it makes me sad. To be fair, like it actually makes me sad because like I tried to smile through all of this shit, but I know that's why a lot of you don't like to hear this type of stuff because it makes you sad. But you don't have to listen to it, bro, because your kids are going to suffer, your parents are going to suffer. Like, if you ain't got like-minded individuals around you that have no clue of what's getting ready to take place, you're finished. You know what I mean? You're finished. Like I told you, America's in the most debt than any other empire that has accumulated in the history of mankind, bruv. $28 trillion. You can't pay that back. It's impossible. China's buying out all the schools. You better start learning to speak Mandarin, or you better start getting ready to speak Mandarin, because that's what you're gonna be speaking. You better start getting ready for a lot of Chinese people to come to Europe as well and come into America, because that's what's happening. They're coming into these schools, bruv. China are teaching their men to be masculine. Men in the Western society are literally feminine, emasculated, cowards. We've already made that video. Yeah, like, it's not looking great. It's not looking good. Again, like I said, your news media is definitely not going to tell you this, because they have no interest in keeping you informed, and they've never ever had any interest in keeping you informed. And if you have taken the if you definitely have taken the again, you should, if I said this again, you should have just jumped off of a bridge. You should have just jumped off of a bridge to begin with, bruv, because China's trying to enslave the whole world with artificial intelligence. And again, if you guys ain't getting ready to what's taking place, if you ain't getting ready for the financial collapse, because we've been in a Great Depression since like 2002, 2008, when President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. So, like, he took it off the gold standard, and the dollar stopped being backed by silver and gold. Majority of fiat currencies, go and Google fiat currency, go and Google fiat money. Go and Google fiat money. Investopedia is another good place to look at all of the news that's going on in the world and everything that's going on in the world. Like, Investopedia is a good place to look at. I told you again, like, Tesla, one of the biggest companies in the world, do you know what I mean? They've invested 1.5 into Bitcoin. MBA's investing into Bitcoin. All of these rich entrepreneurs are investing into Bitcoin. So it tells you that's what we're going into. Yeah, man, it's sad what's going on. I wish, like, luckily you've got me to actually give you this information, because I could have kind of kept this information to myself and just focused on myself and not have put it out there at all. But because I love you lot and care about a lot of you lot, I had to put it out there for you lot. Like, I can't be selfish, because I feel like anyone that knows information like this at a time like this that doesn't really put it out there for the people, bruv, is a sellout, bruv, because you could help out so many people by just, like, giving them this information, because not a lot of people are aware of what's going on. But because I like to stay educated of the things that go on in the world, I stay educated on the business side of things, I stay educated on what goes on the current affairs. I just like to stay aware and consciously aware of what goes on in the world. I know a lot of these things, and I've known a lot of these things for years, and I probably should have put it out there time ago, but I just didn't think people were ready for it. But again, I'm going to keep telling you, invest in crypto, especially Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going up. Bitcoin's on, like, I think one Bitcoin is worth in pounds 40 grand. And then by next year it's supposed to go up to 100,000, and I don't see it fluctuating back down, because it's at its all-time high in history. Bitcoin right now, it's at its all-time high, so I don't see it going down. And I know that we're going into a cashless society, because majority of these companies are only accepting bank cards now. A lot of companies are only accepting bank cards now. So we're going into that stage. If you're not prepared for it, you got no one to blame but yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because I put this information out there for you. I told you, your government ain't going to tell you what's going on. They are not going to do it for you. They just won't. And they don't have any intention of doing it. If you want to believe in them, go for it. But if you still believe in them and you think they're for you, you think the rich are for you, because the rich are already nice. The rich are already good. They've got gold, they've got silver. They're all working as a team, bro. They've all got gold. Only thing is, we ain't working as a team. We're too divided, bruv. Like, I don't see us coming together at all. I think it's over, personally. I think we're already done, because a lot of people have taken the you-know-what. And the people that ain't taking it, the people that have taken it are kind of outnumbering us, innit? So the people that ain't taking it, the people that have taken it that are sleeping, they're outnumbering us, fam. So I don't know what to say, bruv. Like, again, like, the human family is lost. Like, the human family is over. Like, this has got to be the dumbest. Some of you think this is the smartest fucking society that's ever lived, but, like, if you go back to when the British taxed the Americans by 1%, the British started a revolution because people had morality then. They knew that they knew the constitutions, they knew the law, they knew the Bill of Rights. Now we don't even know the laws, we don't even know the legislations. Like, we literally know nothing, bro. Like, we have just been dumbed down to a whole level that we can't tell the difference between reality and social media and just what goes on in the real world anymore. And it's really sad. It's really sad, but I hope we do wake up. I feel like we're gonna wake up when it's late, but I hope we do wake up. Put the race stuff to the side. Stop acting like idiots and overthrow the real tyranny. Again, fiat currency, fake money, fake paper money legislated by the government to the poor. They ain't gonna teach you none of this in school. So real money is silver and gold. Silver and gold's been money for 500 years. The interest rates, they're going up. It's 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 going up. So yeah, that's all I've got to say, really. A lot of you are asking me to be consistent and keep coming out with loads of videos, but, like, this is draining. Like, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, this is actually draining. it gets draining after a while, like always putting out videos, and it's a lot of hard work and effort, and plus I have a lot of other things going on in my life, and like a lot of people that don't do this will never understand, like it's not as easy as it looks, like just because I'm sitting in front of a camera. Like it looks easy on the outside when you're not doing it, but it's harder than what you think. And it's like a lot of YouTubers, like that, big YouTubers or just YouTubers in general, like people that just do YouTube in general, they know what I'm talking about, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I'm taking a break from this crap because I need to get in touch with the real world. I need to get in touch with reality. I need to get spiritually connected. I need to cleanse my soul. I need to just focus on like things that mean more. Like, not to say that this doesn't mean more. This does mean a lot to me. So I'm here to keep you lot informed. I want to keep you lot just aware of what's going on in the world, because I know ITV News ain't gonna do it, and I know Sky News ain't gonna do it. And call me BBC again. Call me BBCT. Call me BBCT. But yeah. Invest in food. Use all your money to invest in food. Don't be investing in like things that don't have any value, because food has value. That's the one main thing that keeps you alive. Because if they cut off, you live in a city, if they cut off the water supply, you are fucked. And that's why I tell you, bruv, you've got to invest in shit that kind of like helps you and benefits you. Like, you don't want to be buying like garms, clothes, like just dumb shit. Like, you want to, now is the time to keep investing, because when this society, because the dollar's going to collapse soon, and when the dollar collapses, every currency is going to collapse, and every currency is going to fall to the bottom, and you're going to go to the shop and you ain't going to have, this ain't going to be worth fuck all, because it ain't worth fuck all right now. And you ain't going to possess real purchasing power. Do you know what I mean? Because it's going to go back to a global reset, and people are going to be wanting gold, and people are going to be wanting silver, and we might be into a new currency, which is, to what I think is going to be cryptocurrency, is going to be Bitcoin. Do you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, bruv, you lot, get ready, stay aware, stay conscious, cut out entertainment, cut out all these things that are not helping you, man, because it's going to get... I already understand the British spirit and the British mindset, and the westernized mindset as a whole, like all westernized countries. I already understand the mindset, because we've never really experienced poverty, and we've never really experienced like hardship as a whole. We just think that it's never gonna happen, like, because we've never experienced it. But when it does happen, if they turn off the internet, or they do, because they will do it. If they do it, like, and it happens, bro, like, you lot that didn't prepare are gonna be fucked, bruv. And that's why I keep telling you lot, prepare. Stop looking down. Get your head out your asshole. So I've told you in how working 9 to 5 is modern day slavery. This is a debt-based system. Every time they keep printing out money, the printing press. Because you gotta remember, there's people out there that print money for a living, bruv, while we work for it. There's people out there that all they get to do is print it and spend it. And these guys are laughing, do you know what I mean? All these people at the top, they're laughing while we're going to be crying, brother. And again, I told you, it's the rich versus the poor. It's good versus evil. Light versus darkness, because no one wants to be enlightened. Everyone would rather live in darkness. And yeah, we gotta change, man, because we have to come together more time, but I don't know if that's even going to be possible because people are too brainwashed. But hope you learned something from this video. Hope you take something away from it, and I hope all of you have a marvelous day. And mwah.